All righty. Somebody just said I look like
We
House.
have Jordan up next.
Jordan is in 30 minutes. We're supposed to be having Jay Kim up next. Let me ping Jay here and get him on. He's kind of managed to not get on.
That is not Steve.
I'm telling you, he's the one who sent it to me. I guess if Jordan wants to come on now, he can come on. We had him here at 9 o'clock, but for Jordan, we'll make room. So if you're listening, Jordan, go ahead and hit that start broadcasting button. Any day now.
Is he in here?
Yeah.
Tracy, where are you located?
Where
are you located physically?
On my couch? No. I'm in New York, on Long Island.
Cool. All right, cool.
Yeah. I actually live like a mile away from Gigi.
Oh, I know the area very well. I grew up in Massapequa and Farmingdale.
I grew up in Massapequa too. I went to Farmingdale High School.
You went where?
Farmingdale High School.
Oh. Well, if you come up Farmingdale Park, there's Parkfield Drive. Used to live there, near Carmen Road.
Okay. Did you go to Massapequa High School?
Barry and my dad got a teaching job at Penn State. We moved to Pennsylvania. So I grew up near where Tracy is, and then I moved to near where Brian is.
Is that where you're at now? Oh, no, you're down in Tampa. You said that.
Yeah, down in Tampa.
Jordan, where's that webcam, man? We have no volume. We have no picture. This is a ripoff.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Can you?
Yeah. Why are you hiding?
Not hiding from you, brother. You're looking handsome. Look at that beard.
Yeah? You like that? I've been getting compliments on it all day, man.
Nice.
I'm not sure if how, because you can't hear people's tone of voice in a chat, so I'm, in a text chat, so I'm not sure how many were actual compliments or sarcasm.
I'm gonna try this again.
All right.
Okay, let me try this again.
All right.
He does look like House. Wow.
Does.
I can also be a smartass just like House. I am quite capable of it.
No.
Yeah. Very sarcastic. Thanks, Dr. Steve. Okay, can you post that picture I sent you up on here so everybody can see it?
Oh, man.
I'll tell you, Dr. Steve says it's him. Do you know the one I'm talking about, Doc? So you guys didn't do the signature, going around getting signatures because of the weather?
Here because it was canceled.
Yeah, it stormed pretty bad here. It did.
Was that really you, Dr. Steve? Come on. Wow. That's crazy. Everybody in the room, Jordan Page will be joining us shortly. He just had a little bit of a difficulty, and he will be up with us in just a few moments.
Doesn't that look so Boys to Men or something like that?
It looks like George Michael, like mixed with like, I don't know.
It's definitely a boy band pick.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's definitely the end of the day. I'm tired.
I am too. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yeah.
I guess while I'm at it, I can tell the viewers out there about the Ron Paul Festival T-shirts and stuff we have on the website. That they can go there and get hooked up with some Paul Festival gear. And everybody should go there and get Paul Festival gear because it is the cool thing to do. Everybody's doing it. All your friends are doing it.
Was Jay joking when he was mentioning all chocolate before?
No.
All right, then there is then we need to plug that.
Yeah, ronpaulbar.com. They're sponsoring a contest. They're giving away for 24 hours from when we started this morning until tomorrow morning. They're giving away 1 weekend pass per purchase of, well, they're entering you into a raffle to win 1 weekend pass if you purchase any certain amount of chocolate bars from them. The chocolate standard, they call it. And you can buy a bar, and then you're entered into the raffle, and they're giving away a weekend pass per half hour.
Great.
Mm-hmm. You find that post at the Daily Paul. It's the third post down. You can give your candy bar away.
Okay, do you guys mind if
You don't have to eat it.
I just step away for a second? I want to grab myself something to drink and a quick bite to eat. Back in like 5.
Go ahead. Take your time. He left already. I'm going to tell him to mute his system.
You can mute him. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I can, can't I?
Okay.
Well, that's why they have a nice indoor vendor booth at Paul Festival in the air conditioning.
It will melt in 4 seconds. I think most people will eat it all before it melts.
Let me just make sure this is it.
Doc, did you tell Tatiana to come back on or what? I will melt in 10 seconds, man. You called her, and what did she say?
She texted me a few minutes ago.
Right,
Okay.
then.
Hey, get off. Brian's back. He's been working hard all day.
For reals. Wait, and what's up with Jordan? He's not taking his good old time.
He's not in here anymore.
I know. I'm going to have to text him, tell him to stop taking his sweet old time. So let's get Jay Kim in here. We can do that.
Jay in here, man. Seriously?
Jay needs to get in here.
Because I gotta go.
He heard us. No, there's no passing. You're on the schedule. You're actually on the schedule. I can see you on the schedule. You're 9 minutes late according to the schedule. No passing. Deb had to come on. Susan was on several times. Yeah, he goes and deletes his schedule. Like, I didn't see that. Can you believe he's not going to come and grace us with his presence?
Yes, we had Adam on earlier. We have Tatiana, Jordan, and Payday Monsanto lined up for the rest of the evening. Have you played any music or anything? Does everybody in the room know who Payday Monsanto is?
I have not played any music at all.
Can I play a little bit of music real quick before Jordan gets back and show some people who Payday is?
Considering this is your channel, I guess so.
All right, hold on.
All right.
A system designed to protect individual liberty will have no punishments for any group and no privileges. Today, I think inner city folks and minorities are punished unfairly in the war on drugs. For instance, blacks make up 14% of those who use drugs, yet 36% of those arrested are blacks, and it ends up that 63% of those who finally end up in prison are blacks. This has to change. We don't have to have more courts and more prisons. We need to repeal the whole war on drugs. It isn't working. We have already spent over $400 billion since the early 70s.
As more and more begin to know, the status quo has got to go. They're bound to say yes to a man named Dr. No. A man who makes the establishment panic. Grassroots are growing way too wild, too organic. With no donations from Goldman Sachs, they're still having trouble trying to hold them back. But it's not about a man, am I clear? It's about a man who will carry on an idea. The script you've been given doesn't fit, it's a given. Dr. Paul has been robbed in every state he has been in. It's a sin when the teleprompter readers keep spinning, having the people believing Dr. Paul isn't winning. The smear campaign is wearing off fast. Exponentially, we are tearing off masks. The mass media ain't making it fair. Once we kill the central bank, we can take it from there. Paul, he's a statesman, so why do they hate him? He was delivering babies back in 1963, and he just helped give birth to the baby of liberty. He's a statesman, so why do they hate him? He was delivering speeches back in 1984, telling you how central banks were profiting from war.
I believe in the death penalty. I believe it has been issued unjustly. If you're rich, you get away with it. If you're poor and you're from the inner city, you're more likely to be prosecuted and convicted. And
as the bobbleheads tell you, Congressman Paul is unelectable. That's true when you approach it from a technical angle, because the media is being strangled, giving opinions of people as they fandangle. It takes two.
Brian?
Hey, what's going on, man?
There you are. Okay.
How's it going, brother?
It's good, man. How you doing?
Good. Jordan Page, everybody.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Jordan.
Hey, there's like an empty box next to me. Can I get closer to you guys? I'm lonely over here.
Yeah. That box will be a few minutes. You'll have a buddy.
I know, but I was hoping to rub up against your beard.
What is it with everybody in my beard?
You look like House, Jordan. Someone down there said he looks like House.
Oh, he's much more handsome than that guy. Come on.
That's what I'm talking about, right there.
We're talking about Brian Siemens here, right? Creator of Paul Fest.
And he did bring the acoustic guitar.
Got it.
Somebody reads their Facebook page.
Nobody cares what I have to say. They just want me to sing songs, so I figured I'd have my guitar handy.
Well, do you have anything good to say?
Not really. Yes, I do. I do have something to say.
Yeah.
Buy your ticket to Paul Fest.
That's great.
Listen to Jordan. He knows what he's talking about. The man is a genius.
Do I still have the Paul sticker on the guitar? There it is.
Heck yeah.
Can I play Rage acoustic? Well, let's see.
What an odd request.
Give me 1 second.
Somebody's got
All right, so.
There.
Some of those that work forces are the the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of. Yeah, you can do Rage Against the Machine acoustic. I can't, but other people could.
This pains me, like, really, really badly, but I have to go. And I'm very sorry.
What is that bullshit?
It's just a lot of bullshit is what it is. But I love you. Mwah. And thanks, guys.
I feel so rejected right now by you.
I'll make it up to you, I promise.
She said something like she can stay on until Jordan comes on, and then she absolutely has to leave.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see how it is, Tracy. I thought we had something here.
Like I said, I'll make it up to you.
Looking forward to it.
Bye.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, look at that. Now you don't have an empty box next to you, brother.
All right.
So, have you tuned in at all today? Did you get to see Adam, Peter Schiff, anything like that?
I tuned in during Matt Larson's part. I've been pretty bogged down all day with the kiddos and just being a daddy. Haven't really been able to tune in. How did it all go?
It's been a good day, man. It's been a long day, but a good day. We started off the morning with Judge Jim Gray, and it just kept going after that.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you know who Judge Jim Gray is? Have you ever?
I probably do. You put me on the spot. That name sounds pretty familiar.
He's the vice presidential candidate on the Libertarian Party. Gary Johnson's mate. Yeah.
Right on. Okay, good.
We had never talked to him before, never really knew much about him, so I thought it was a good interview. Got a little bit more insight. I like the guy. He did a good job.
Sweet. What other bands did you have on today? Did you ever have a link on here today?
No, I tried to coordinate with Kevin yesterday, and we couldn't get it done.
Okay. How about Tatiana?
Tatiana was on. She's supposed to actually be coming back on. She had some microphone problems, so maybe she'll be back on at the same time you're here. Get you guys.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, sure would. So, you going to play us a song that's not Rage Against the Machine?
Sure. What do you want to hear?
Well, somebody just requested Pendulum, and it wasn't me, and I know you know I would do that.
Pendulum?
Yeah.
I can play Pendulum. That's the song that started it all, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let it rip, brother.
Hang on, let me see my real quick.
You know, this stuff's supposed to be done before you get on the show, man.
Well, this is grassroots, man.
You play normal E-tuning, or do you got different tunings for your different songs?
Yeah, I do open tunings. This song's in standard though. Just need a little just gotta get the strings in their peak position so it doesn't sound like a giraffe dying.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
We got Dr. Paul behind me listening, so.
Hi, Dr. Paul. I've been walking a tightrope between fact and fiction, and wrestling with demons in small bottle prisons, the talking to sinners that claim to be Christian, the shouting at leaders that claim to be listening. The pendulum swings from the left to the right, its momentum increases. Need for the fight, like a moment of blindness in a lifetime of sight. I am caught somewhere in the middle. Saw a president blind for the needs of his people. Saw a camel pass through the eye of a needle. Saw a group of old men whose morning was evil. Saw a cross breaking free from the cage of a steeple. Saw beggars and cripples dying in squalor. A son whose sins had exceeded his father. Saw a nation of sleepers whose dreams were forgotten, and a bushel of apples from tree that was rotten and a pendulum swings from the left to the right. As momentum increases, the need for a fight, like a blindfold when it's time to walk toward the light. I am lost somewhere in the middle. I heard the echo of suffering in the valley of laughter. Heard the rumble of earthquakes far under the waters. I heard a court jester whose forked tongue was twisted. He told us of dangers that never existed. Her voices acclaimed to be moral and righteous. His lies and deceit were all dark and contagious. Her talk of a country that valued its freedom. When I protested, I was arrested and beaten. The pendulum swings from the left to the right. Its momentum increases, the weight and the height. But if nobody's listening, is anyone alive? 'Cause I can't seem to find the key to the riddle. I said a young woman with a baby inside her. I looked, but there wasn't a safe place to hide her. I met an old man with a face like a mirror. He showed me his sadness so I could see clearer. Met an arrogant leader who robs us and cheats us. He pretends that his orders come directly from Jesus. He sends out our children, the strange foreign soil, to kill for the right to monopolize oil. I'm raising my voice against the house of derision that murders our freedom with short-sighted vision. I'll sing a new song about civilization and the palace of wisdom and the birth of a nation. I'll lift up the veil that's hiding the holy and remind all the people your change happens slowly. I'll scream out a name to the echoes of heaven and pray that the world don't end up where it's heading. 'Cause the pendulum swings from left to the right. Its momentum increases, the end is in sight. But there's a lunatic handing out future tonight. And I am not somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle.
Excellent, man. Just excellent. Always a good song. You know that's one of my favorites.
Well, if any of you, have probably heard the song, it's probably because of this guy right over here. The video for it. Long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. Still up on YouTube doing strong. So,
It is.
yeah, exactly. So, I question: does your wife ever tell you to stop playing these songs because she heard them a million times, or does she still like them?
She's a very patient woman, Brian. Just being married to me is testament enough to that. No, but I'm always. I don't play those songs very much around the house. Like the kids love Liberty. That's like their bedtime song.
Nice.
That's what they call that daddy's song. They want to hear that before they go to bed. But I'm writing a lot of new stuff right now, so she gets to hear it before anybody else does.
How's the writing going?
It's going good. I got about 90% ready for the next album. I just need to raise some cash to put it together. But it's all coming together really well. I'm writing a song right now that I think is one of my. It's not even done, and it's already one of my favorites. It's called "Arm Yourselves," and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's not ready yet. It's not ready to debut yet. There's some missing parts, but it's pretty awesome.
What do we expect from the new Jordan Page album compared to the last one?
I think it's it's definitely a step in a new direction on a lot of things. I mean, I always like to do a lot of different types of genres on my stuff. I didn't do much blues on this last one. It was more rock and folk and country. I think the new one's gonna have a lot of rock and folk, but I think it'll have more blues on it. You know, I'm trying to step back a little bit and approach the issues that I sing about with less of a finger pointing, you know, because I do that a lot, and I want to appeal to a larger audience and bring, you know, especially with the anti-war stuff, because that's the main thing that I write about is you know, songs against all the different illegal, undeclared, immoral wars that we fight, and you know, I really want to bring the mainstream in on this issue, and so, hell, I'll play a new song if you want to hear a new one.
I sure do, man. If you got a new one, bust it out. Now, is the new one going to have the full band? The new album going to have a full band behind it again, or?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Here we go. What's the name of this one?
This one, I wrote this song. It was inspired by there's a political advocacy anti-war group called The World Can't Wait. And I get a lot of their posts. I did an anti-war protest back in front of the White House, and they were a couple years ago, and they were part of that. And they're called The World Can't Wait. That's the title of the song. And I've been writing a lot of stuff, Brian, about like the invisible prison that we're born into, and about history repeating itself because we don't know any better. And so. Yeah, it's a song about not learning the lessons that we were supposed to learn, and not staying forever in the shadow of a war. Make sense?
Yes, it sure does.
All right, here we go.
All right.
I know that the time has come for the whole world to see, but the world will not bear the burden we wear, or the truth that enslaves us and sets us all free. I know that the time has come for the whole world to see. The truth takes us slave from cradle to grave, and burns down the walls of his captivity. And the wheels set in motion on the road to ruin are spinning faster now. And the world can't way to sit. The bond that was torn before we were born, now turn the tides of war ultimately. And all consent is broken on the road to ruin, but there's no turning around. And the world can't wait forever in the shadow of the war. And the world can't wait, 'cause when we're dead and gone, it's all too late. Then it's all too late. Some other place and time, the living and the dying, dancing deadly endless circles. And anyone can see what was and what will be. To be sure, what's happening has happened before. And the world can't wait forever in the shadow of a war. And the world can't wait, 'cause when we're dead and gone, it's all too late. Oh, some other place and time, the victims and the crimes, dancing deadly endless circles. And anyone can see what was and what will be. But to be sure, what's happening has happened before. I know that the time has come.
That's good stuff, man. I think that I can safely say that the 100% everybody in the chat room was digging on that.
Oh, cool. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Now, is it me, or did I hear a little bit of Peter, Paul, and Mary influence in that guitaring?
Oh, it might have been. I don't know.
Yeah,
I love you. Have I ever told you my Peter, Paul, and Mary story?
You have, but I think you should tell everybody else, because I'm sure everybody else heard it.
Oh, I did tell you? Okay.
Yeah. I was going to ask you to tell it right after that anyway.
All right, right on. Well, for those of you who don't know who Peter, Paul, and Mary are, they were a very influential folk music group from the 60s and 70s, and were, instrumental in the civil rights movement and marched with Dr. King and all that. And so Peter Yarrow, he's an amazing guy. Well, he heard my song Pendulum, the first song that I played, and he got a hold of us and asked me to come to New York. This is a couple of years ago, to meet him at his house in New York City. And so of course we went up and we went and hung out with him for the whole day at his house. And he's really a wonderful, wonderful guy. But he asked me to play Pendulum for him three times in a row. And I was, so I, of course, I played it, and then he asked me to tell him what I thought about that song, and I told him that I wrote it really quickly, and it really had changed my direction of my life, but that when I examined the lyrics, it seems to be the verses of that song seem to be answers to the questions in Bob Dylan's song "A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall." Where have you been, my blue-eyed son? And I say, I've been walking a tightrope between fact and fiction, been wrestling with demons in a small bottle prison. So, and then the song goes through that. I think I did that maybe unconsciously. I mean, the whole song was pretty unconscious, actually. But so really, like the song has its genesis in a hard rain's gonna fall. In that the verses are kind of answers to those questions that are in the other song. And he looks at me and he says, "Well, you know where Bobby got that song from?" And I say, "Bobby? You mean Bob Dylan?" I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute. He's friends with Bob Dylan. I forgot." And he says, "Bobby got that song from a 15th century folk song called Randall, My Son." And, so he picks up his guitar. He never blinks while he's talking to me. So he's telling me all this. He picks up his guitar, and he starts playing Randall, My Son, and just looking in my eyes. And I couldn't blink. I was mesmerized because, here's this, icon of the 1960s civil rights movement. I'm in his house, and he's like playing me this 15th century folk song, and as I'm listening to it, I'm totally hearing "Hard Rain's Gonna Fall." I can totally see where Bob Dylan got it from. So I'm hearing, I didn't even know that this song that I had written in 2006. I was unconscious of the fact that it was sort of like answers to the questions in this song from the early 1960s, and that song from the 1960s was really an adaptation of a song from the 15th century. And so I felt like I was in a time machine with this amazing old man who's like taking me on this journey. And my wife and I were both there, and it totally blew our minds. It was really, really cool. So Pendulum got its start in the 15th century in England.
It's a great story. I imagine it's something you won't ever forget for the rest of your life either.
Oh, never. Well, he also, when she was pregnant with our second child, he came up to her and he sang "Puff the Magic Dragon" to her stomach the entire song. And
that's awesome.
The little baby inside was dancing up a storm during that. So he's a really amazing guy, and those stories are really fun. I don't tell them very often. I don't know why. I just don't. But yeah, it's a really fun memory. So yeah, that's where that was my Pendulum Peter Yarrow story.
Do you still keep in contact with them?
Oh yeah, we email each other every once in a while. I mean, I let him know whenever I'm going to be in New York, and we try to get together. But yeah, he's a very sweet man. He's been very, very kind to us, and yeah.
That's a cool story, man. Yeah, I definitely think it is. You're going to be busy there in August, I guess. You're coming down. You're going to be doing Ronstock, and then into Paul Festival, and then over to Ron Paul's rally, huh?
Brian, I got so much going on, I don't even know where to begin. But let's begin. So let me start with this Saturday. This just came up. I'm doing an anti-war protest with Gary Johnson in Charlotte, North Carolina this Saturday. And you can go to my Facebook page or get on my website and look up the date. The address will be there. But yeah, so that happened as of 2 days ago. I'm performing in Charlotte this weekend. Then in August, I got the Liberty Love Fest in Worcester, Massachusetts, and that's the 17th. And I'll be there with Tatiana, Moroz, and I think Rebel Inc. is supposed to be there. And then the following weekend is the big week. So I got Ron Paul Stock on Friday in Atlanta, Georgia. Then I've got Paul Fest on Saturday in Tampa. And then on Sunday, I'm doing Ron Paul's Sundome event. And then Monday is Camp Liberty, which is outside of Tampa. That's right. I'm pretty sure that's me and Rebel Inc. And then Tuesday, they're setting up a show for us at the Schiff in Ybor City in Tampa. So I got 5 big shows in 5 days. I'm going to be out for the count after that. I'm gonna need a little time off after that.
Well, I'm definitely sticking around after Paul Festival to go to Camp Liberty and be part of that there, without a doubt. I wouldn't miss that for the world. That seems like it's going to be a great party as well. So,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Gotta have Brian Siemens there, man.
Heck yeah. You familiar with Mr. Rich Clark from the industry?
I know this guy. What's up? We were just hanging out in Colorado like 2 weeks ago. How you doing, brother?
All right, can you guys hear me?
You're a little
Yeah,
low. If you can turn up just a tad.
So I can do that.
He's got a complete recording studio behind him, and we can barely hear him.
If you haven't heard the industry, you got to check these guys out. Get on YouTube and check them out. Rich and I hit it off when I did a little fundraiser show for Ron Paul stock in Atlanta back in May, and Rich and his band played, and I played, and it was really great time. And they're just an amazing band. They're really, really good. Great voice, great lyrics, great songs. Definitely check them out.
What song would you recommend?
We have a
Are
song
you
called...
asking me or him?
You're still a little low.
Really? I've turned it up all the way, so I don't know. I can get closer to it like this.
There you go.
All right.
But now we can't see your handsome face.
There, there we go. Got one eyeball here.
Nice.
You're not going to talk about his beard, just mine?
The beard's new. Actually, the beard's new as of Colorado. When I was out there, when I saw Jordan, I just kind of let it go mountain man. So
it's a good look, man. Keep it up.
Well, we're mixing our album. We're actually mixing the last song today, so you can see the SSL here in the background.
Rich, I need some tracks, man.
Pretty. Yeah, I'll email you some. Here, let me go to another room because they're about to start making noise in here.
Okay, right on.
So what's a recommended song on YouTube for the industry?
Second. I can put a link down here. It's I guess the one we're kind of most known for is a song called Savior, which is spelled Saveyour. It's I'll find a link in a minute and I'll post it below. But we actually won a contest to open for Incubus about, I don't know, 8 or 9 months ago, and mostly because of people who voted for us on Daily Paul. And so at that show, we dedicated that song Savior to Ron Paul, and we got that on video, and I can post that video for people to look at as soon as I find the link.
It's a cool video. It's really cool. That's the first one I heard from them. I was like, whoa, these guys are legit.
You post it, and I will play it up here for everybody.
All right, well, give me a second to find it real quick.
All righty. Should we all do the Jeopardy song while we wait for him?
Hey, Brian, I'm going to hop off here, man, but...
whoa, what do you mean you're hopping off here?
I got stuff going on, man.
Come on here. You're just as bad as Tracy.
You got a very talented musician over there, he has plenty of things to say. But you can catch us all at Paul Fest. It's going to be... Brian, I've told you this on the phone many times. I really think Paul Fest is going to be the quintessential event that's going to just totally rock the system. And I'm just so glad to be part of it, and thank you for asking me to be part of it. And I just can't wait, man. I can't wait. It's been like, what, five? I haven't seen you in 5 years, so I'm excited to be able to give you a hug and say thank you for all your hard work in person, man, because you're the shit, bro.
Thank you, bro. And, we always said it would...
Well, thank you for everything you've endured trying to put this on for all of us. And it will be worth it. People will come. If you book it, they will come, right? It's pure dreams, man.
That's what they say, man. But we look forward to seeing you there, man. It's going to be a highlight, obviously, and we've always said it's not a real Liberty Festival without Jordan Page performing. So.
Aw, thanks, man. Thanks. Well,
We got Jordan Page. If you haven't gotten your ticket to Paul Festival yet, now is the time because you know the man is going to be there.
I will be there.
Heck yeah. So, all right, brother. Well, we'll let you off of here.
Jordan,
All right.
I'll see you in a month.
All right, Rich. You take care, buddy. See you guys soon. Bye.
All right,
All
so
right.
I have the link.
All righty, send that on over, and I'll paste it and play it if you don't mind.
Bam. It's there in the chat.
And after we get through some music, then hopefully this works. Here we go.
This song's gonna save your. The song's about waking up one day and realizing that everything you ever did was pretty much wrong. I'd like to dedicate this song to Ron Paul. Let's
All right, man. That was a jam. I think the chat room will generally agree with me. Can you hear me, Rich?
Sorry, yeah, I muted my mic. Sorry.
Oh yeah, not a problem. So I am new to the industry. Jordan Page is the one who told me about you. It sounds by the chat room that a lot of other people out there seem to be new to you guys as well. So introduce your band. Who's in the band, and where are you guys from?
We're from Atlanta, Georgia, and we there's 4 of us. There's me, Rich Clark, and Brandon Kunka, he's in the other room. Actually, you can see him through the window there. That's him. He's waving. And Sam Jameson on guitar. Brandon's our bass player. He's known for his antics on stage. And then we have our beast of a drummer, his name's Travis Roy, and he's not with us right now because he just had a baby.
Well, congratulations to him.
Yeah. So we've been together for a very long time, and we've been just kind of like a closet band playing with with each other, and then playing little shows here and there. And about over a year ago, we decided we were going to start making an album, so we did. And we're at the very, very, very final stages here. We're mixing the last song here tonight and tomorrow and Friday. And then we're going to do some touch-up work next week and then send the album off to mastering. So the album should be ready by the time Paul Fest rolls around, and we should have it in hand. It's our first album. It's going to be, I think, 11 songs or something like that. So it's a full-length album. And we're pretty excited about that, and really excited to be playing Paul Fest.
Yeah, it's, is that where you're at now? Are you in a studio, or do you guys have a studio like actually at one of your houses?
No. We are. This is a probably multi-million-dollar facility we're at. This is Madison Records in Atlanta. A friend of mine owns it, and so we're in here and happy to be here. It's been a real blessing for us to have this place.
That sounds. I can hear him jamming in there.
It's not me.
It's not on my end. I thought somebody in there was jamming.
I don't think so. Anyhow.
What would be your guys' influence?
Mostly, I'd say my main influence is I'm a big Radiohead fan. Even though they're statists, I still like their music. And then I also really like U2, and I came up really listening to Led Zeppelin when I was younger. Led Zeppelin. And I think that sounds like me.
Yeah. Kurt, you have that playing?
Somebody has it playing.
That's not coming from over here.
Somebody's got my video playing.
Yeah.
But
okay, let's try that again. Can you hear me now?
I hear me better.
Okay. But you can hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, let's try that. Where were you? You were talking about the influences of the band.
Well, yeah, Radiohead, U2, Led Zeppelin, a lot of other bands kind of like that. And then more recently, I've gotten into some kind of underground bands. Like there's a band I just actually saw a few months ago called Wild Beasts from England, and there's a Danish band I really like called Mew. But also I really like a lot of classical music, so I listen to a lot of the Romantics, Rachmaninoff, and guys like that. I really enjoy their stuff. So in general, that's kind of where it comes from. That's me. Brandon in there, he was a real big 90s rock guy. He loves the Stone Temple Pilots and you know, bands like that. So those are some of the primary musical influences, I'd say. And then our drummer is a huge Rush fan, so he sounds a lot like Neil Peart. In fact, we were watching. We were just flipping through I was flipping through the channels with my wife the other night, and we happened on a Rush concert, and she didn't know it was Rush or anything like that, and she was like, "Hey, that guy plays just like Travis." And I was like, "Well, actually, it's the other way around. Travis plays just like Neil Peart from Rush." But yeah, so those are some. If you're looking for the vein that we fit into, it's probably Radiohead, Coldplay, U2-esque type stuff.
You know, it got a smile out of me when you mentioned Rush and Neil Peart, and I was just thinking I'm not sure if you can be a drummer in any kind of rock and roll arena of any kind and not be influenced by Neil Peart. Just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, well, our drummer loves Neil Peart. And,
yeah.
Our drummer's an absolute animal. He is insane. So we're glad to have him. Seems to be the case with drummers generally.
Yeah, exactly. I think, you know, he's an icon for most drummers out there. Now, when the start of that video, you guys, you said this was for Ron Paul. Is the entire band political and into Ron Paul, or just you, some of you? How's that go?
The entire band is sympathetic. I suppose I'm the real zealot. I'm the one that's, you know, I'm a national delegate to this national convention, and I've been beating the pavement for Ron Paul since 2007. I was a county coordinator of 2 counties in 2007 and 8, and then I was county coordinator of the largest Republican county in the nation, which is Cobb County, this time around, and I was a district coordinator. So I've been out there for Ron Paul a lot, and I've kind of brought most of my band members that way. However, though, our guitar player, Sam Jameson, kind of funny how it comes full circle. He voted for Michael Badnarik in, I think, 2003. So he was a libertarian. So I actually first learned about libertarianism from him. But then later on, I got into it via Ron Paul way more than him.
Right.
Now. But no, we're all Ron Paul supporters. You know, I'm probably the most hardcore of us, but yeah. So
what got you into Ron Paul? When did you discover him? What's your Ron Paul story?
Well, I had one of my first jobs. I was doing a lot of live audio work in Savannah, Georgia, with a friend of mine named Michael Gaster, and he is a big Ron Paul supporter, and he was always talking about Ron Paul, and I saw him on Facebook commenting about the debates and saying, well, you know, Ron Paul killed it and blah, blah, blah. So I decided just to watch a debate or two, and I was watching him, and I was like, wow, this actually makes sense. And because before that, I was just politically numb, dumb, whatever else you want to call it, politically not astute, and you know, whatever sounded good, I was like, okay, yeah, you know, you're standard American, basically. And started listening to what he was saying and looking at what he was doing, and way led on to way, and it literally has turned my life completely upside down. It's changed everything. It changed what I thought I would do for a career. It's changed how I look at everything. I mean, it's a complete... Who knows where I'd be if it wasn't for Ron Paul, to be quite frank. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you know, I always say he cured my apathy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say I was apathetic at the time, because I was pretty young. Let's see, what was I, like 24, 25 years old in 2007? So I wasn't quite apathetic yet. But I definitely was an idiot, though, when it comes to politics. And
Oh, I'm
I've learned
34 and
so
I'm still an idiot.
well, so am I. So am I. We all are. But always more to learn. And that's one of the great things about this movement is there's always more to learn, always more to do. You know, we have such a fight ahead of us. I wonder how the road ahead is so long and paved with hard times that it's hard to keep your head above water sometimes, hard to keep yourself looking on the up and up and feeling good about things. But, you know, the old Chinese proverb is, may you live in interesting times, you know. And these are definitely the most interesting of times we're living in. And we as a generation, we as a movement, we have something to fight for. We have something solid to fight for. And it's going to keep us moving forward. And hopefully, you know, within our lifetimes, we'll see a much better world.
Yeah, it would be nice. You know, I always say it would really be nice to see liberty in our lifetime, without a doubt. And you know, that's what we're all doing this for and fighting for. And it's so great. You know, obviously you've been around now for a while, as far as this movement goes. So you know, we have a lot of new people in the movement who don't completely understand what we went through and what it was like. You know, back in the 2007, 2008. Cycle and where we were and now where we've come and where the movement's at and how much it's grown. I mean, it's just fascinating to see. You know, everybody was wondering. I think as the time drew near for Ron Paul to run again for the primaries, what it was going to be like, and the excitement just kept building and building. And then to go and see those rallies where he had 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people strong at all these rallies, it to me was very inspiring and amazing.
Yeah, and the challenge to us now is one of the things that I realized pretty early on as the campaign was unfolding was so many new people were coming into the fold and coming out of the woodwork is a better term for it, that it was just a tremendous opportunity to meet new people and to find new activists, new people to keep things alive and going on into the future. Because I still believe, like I said, I'm a national delegate. I am at the moment bound to Newt Gingrich, but we'll see what happens with that. I doubt he'll not unleash his delegates or release his delegates, but I still think that there's a chance for Ron Paul to get this nomination, and I'm going to do everything I can to do that. But beyond that, we have such a big goal and so many things to move on beyond the Ron Paul campaign, and I already see in a lot of ways people getting discouraged and apathetic about Ron Paul's chances in the campaign, and he's not going to be the president. And I think Paul Fest would be a great thing to kind of let everybody know that this isn't over, that the movement's alive and well. We're all here. We're pumped up. We're ready to go. We're not going away. And, we need to stay together and keep together and not just, flitter off into the wind and go back to our own, libertarian lives of seclusion and, come out and stay involved in these processes we've been getting involved in and all this headway we've made. This year especially, I mean, and in the Republican Party, all the headway we've made is just incredible.
Yeah, and Dr. Paul has always said that this is not about him, this is about the message, and, I think there's the expectation, or I hope there's the expectation that everybody who got involved, like you, who came delegates, got into the system and started working in the system, stay involved and stay working it, because it's not about Dr. Paul. It's bigger than that. It's about this message, and so it's very important to make sure that everybody stays in and keeps doing the process, keeps going through everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I tell people there's no right and wrong way to go about, achieving these ends. We need to be everywhere, doing everything at all times. A lot of people are really disaffected with the Republican Party. They don't want to deal with it, and they think they're all corrupt, and to an extent, they're absolutely correct. And so maybe they should be working in other ways to, promote liberty. Those of us that have, for the time being, a stronger stomach for dealing with, the GOP, and we need to be in there trying to bring them our way, just like Ron Paul has for 30 years. And it's not an easy task. It's not going to be fun, but I think everybody has their place and everybody has their role to play. I've been, I guess, a grassroots leader of sorts, but I would like to try, get this music out there more, because the music is, a lot of our older music isn't quite as libertarian as the newer stuff, but Savior, for example, that song I dedicated to Ron Paul, the main line the chorus line is, to save your life, you have to see the lies, right? Which is the first step to, waking up. So if you, in order for people now, in this country to literally save their lives, they need to wake up and see that things aren't quite as they seem. And Ron Paul showed me that. That song would not exist if it wasn't for Ron Paul.
Yeah, and, powerful song. Ron Paul has a very powerful message, and I think, as this continues to unfold, it's going to get very interesting to watch. Obviously, we're all going to get down there to Tampa and be part of this and support him down there, and like you said, there's still a chance down there for him, and I think when we're all down there and everybody sees how big the numbers are, how much support he has from everybody, the way, from people, big speakers like Peter Schiff to bands like you guys, I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be a story to be told, and I look forward to it.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about Romney Fest.
Yeah. Well, they're working on it.
Well, I can't wait. Hopefully I get to, I listen to Peter Schiff's radio show almost every day while I'm working. I saw him on here earlier, and also looking forward to meeting Jerry Doyle, because I was a huge Babylon 5 fan back in the day, and he came out for Ron Paul, and that was really exciting. But I think Paul Fest is just going to be amazing. If you guys haven't bought your tickets yet, please do. As I understand, they're on discount till the end of the month.
Yeah, we started it off with this ticket drive here, and so yeah, we've got the tickets discounted. Hopefully give everyone and get
Jerry Doyle, all those guys. I mean, it's going to be a big deal.
yeah.
Actually, I saw that you guys added red jumpsuit apparatus.
Yep.
Yeah. What's funny is back, I don't know, 2005 or 6 or something like that, I was running monitors at the Florida Jacksonville Fair, and I guess they're from Jacksonville, and they were the headliner one night. And that night they announced that they had just gotten their record deal. They had just flown back from New York, and they just signed a record deal the night before that. So I was at that show, working that show. That was kind of interesting.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, hey, I know those guys.
Yeah, it's a good story. They're big Ron Paul supporters, and very excited to be part of this festival. So,
right. Well, I'm really looking forward to this month. I mean, we got the convention, Paul Fest, and personally, our album's coming out. And, man, I cannot tell you the amount of effort we put into this album. It has been years and years and years of effort put into this album, and lots of time, hundreds of hours, thousands of hours probably, and lots of money, too much money. And it's going to be out for people to buy, and we're going to have, I guess our two most liberty my two specifically Liberty songs that I've written are going to be on there, Savior, and there's another song called The Choice Is Mine, which is mostly about people who don't make their own choices. They make the choices that the media has told them to make, and they're quite happy to do so.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, Rich, I got Payday Monsanto coming up next, and it's the close of our program here for today. But I thank you so much for coming on. We look forward to having you down there at Paul Festival and jamming for us. You know, it's great energy in your music, and we really look forward to it. And thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you. You guys check out our Facebook. It's facebook.com/theindustry, and I look forward to see you at Paul Fest.
Sounds good, man. Good luck.